We almost survived the transfer window, but we have now recorded a club record sale. Pause the video before I tell you who it is. I want to know who we sold, how much we sold him for, down in the comments. If anyone gets it exactly right, then I'll know you were cheating. So if you are going to watch on, then come back and pretend you were guessing. You might want to just be close-ish, but not spot on. But pause now. Let's have your guesses. Who was it? How much did they go for? Bonus points if you tell me where they went. Hello and welcome to part 61 of Backing the Boro. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're away against Chesterfield and at home against our local rivals Coventry in League 2. Since you were last with me, oh goodness me, was January miserable. Look at the state of that. Absolute abject misery. 1st of February comes around, we're winning again, yay! But January was miserable, not only because of that league form, which leaves us we're drifting further and further away from that playoff push we were hoping we'd sneak in there. And to be honest, like I've said before, it probably would have been a season too soon. We've still got 16 games left. We're only 6 points away. We could win our next 10 games and still charge for automatic promotion. It's the nature of these lower leagues. It's awesome. But I think we're probably settling into what's going to be a natural finishing position for us at mid-table-ish this season. Our finances are looking a lot healthier than they were before. I mean, it's still not healthy, but we've cleared £250,000 of the debt by selling. Rhys Williams has gone to Hearts for £250,000. It is a Hearts team managed by Steve Evans, so that was troubling. But he has gone for £250,000. This is the first example of how this new model, this new way of doing our summer transfer business is not only going to help us create a better team, which it has over the last year and a half. We won promotion and now we're mid-table in the league above, but also will hopefully stop us going out of business because we brought this lad in for free and we've sold him on for £250,000. We were very close to selling Sawyer for a similar sort of price, but in the end I increased his asking price to £350, and the clubs who were interested pulled out. So I thought, well, if I'm going to sell two of my key defenders, I want to completely clear the debt. I think adding that 250 grand into the pot now is fine as a stopgap measure. We'll sell someone else in the summer, and I think that's going to start to become our model now. Every transfer window we sell a star and make sure we've got a conveyor belt coming through to replace them. The slight issue that we've got is the conveyor belt doesn't have much in the way of right backs. Despite how many right backs I signed last summer, I then went and released most of them. So Bobby Joe Worrell-Bristow is our first choice right back. Then there's Sawyer, who's a centre back and on his probably 1 foot out the door as well. And then there's really not very much behind that. If we go onto the team report and have a look at squad depth at right back, I mean, Sir Tom Elliott's our 4th best right back. Craig Hudson's a left back and he's our reserve left back. So if we get an injury, say both our fullbacks, this is where you all get excited. If both our fullbacks get injured, Worrell-Bristow and Anderson, Hudson comes in at left back and Sir Tom Elliott will be coming in at right back, and it'll be another one of Sir Tom's many positions that he ends up playing in. I don't know why that's showing a defensive 4-4-2. It's a weird formation to show. Why don't we look at our actual formation, you silly bear. So let's get into the game. We are away against Chesterfield. I'm hoping that now it's not January anymore, our good form can return. I don't want to go back to that miserable 6 or 7 game run without a win that was January. And fingers crossed we can have that late charge toward the playoffs. If for no other reason, it keeps the next couple of episodes interesting. So we've still got Nada in goal, because you're not asking me to drop him regularly enough or often, regularly or often. I mean, I'm as good at talking as he is at goalkeeping. We've got Anderson, Laskowski, Sawyer and Worrell-Bristow as our back four, with Squire Bill, Taylor and Skelton in midfield, and Ball in behind McDonald and Fisher. What I don't have is Sir Tom Elliott on the bench, so I guess a lot of people are saying, why are you playing Rowan Ince when you could have Sir Tom Elliott? So Rowan Ince isn't playing at the moment. He's sat on the bench, but we'll bring Sir Tom in for him, and he can sit on the bench and maybe get an opportunity as the game goes on. But it's similar to what I was saying, I think it was on yesterday's episode, it might have been on the previous one. When results are going the way they have been recently, and when it starts to get a little bit tough, that whole room for sentiment starts to drift away a little bit. As much fun as it would be to have Mason and Elliott and Cedwyn Scott, I mean, Scott's injured, but as much fun as it would be to have the team that got us here, or the stars that got us here, starring regularly for our League Two team, when they get an opportunity, they ain't starring. They're not good enough for this level, and I can't carry any players. We're 1-0 down after 40 seconds. Oh, the wheels are coming off, everybody. Alert, alert, the wheels are coming off. Our season is just self-destructing. Perhaps the whole attack everywhere, attack always mentality that we've had for the last year and a half is finally caught up with us, and it might be time to think about tactics again. We'll probably give it another 6 games. If we go on another horrific run, I mean, even 3 or 4 more defeats or losses, 3 or 4 games without a win now, that would put us at 1 win from like 12 games. And I think at that point, we probably do have to go back to the tactical drawing board. Luckily, because we were so good in the first half of the season, we have given ourselves a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of a cushion. But we certainly don't want to be going into next season playing a tactic that isn't going to get the job done at this level. McDonald into Fisher. Let's grab an equaliser. It's ball, and 10 games ago he scores that. And that's, I think the momentum is drifted away, and maybe dynamics is an issue because Mason and Elliott, who are both team leaders, they're not getting in the team. They're both a little bit grumpy about it, although I've persuaded them both to stay for now. The fact that they're not playing regularly and they've got little grumbles going on, perhaps that's causing more harm than I think it is, and perhaps that's the argument for getting them in the team. They might not be the best players for their positions, but because of their status as team leaders, they're going to make the rest of the team play better. Is that how dynamics works? This might be the first time dynamics has had a real big impact on the series. Is it better to play weaker players for better dynamics? Is the decision I'm facing. Why is he greyed out? Oh, because player seems fairly well prepared for the task at hand. Well, I'm glad he's well prepared. If we could get a couple of goals, that would be very pleasant. Tranmere, who came up with us, they're not doing too bad either. Both of us who've come up have had very good first halves of the season. There is starting to be a little bit of a gap formed between us and Tranmere, though. 5 points between us and them. And I think at this point, we're looking more and more like the leaders of the mid-table rather than an outside challenger for the playoffs. I think we've just lost too many games recently, including this one, because we're not putting up much in the way of a fight. We're still creating chances. We're still having shots. We're still using the ball. We're just not scoring as many goals anymore. Perhaps we're missing Williams more than I think. There you go. And as if by magic, Bobby Joe Worrell-Bristow not playing especially well today. We've sold a key player at right back, and now our right back's having a terrible game. We're putting a lot of trust in Mr. Fournames as well, because he's not really he's been here 5 years and never really been part of the team. A man who's always been part of the team can come on at right back, and let's see if he can do a job for us back there. Hendon, Sedwin Scott's fit. Let's bring him on as well. Let's have a double change up front and have Scott and Hendon. This is Sedwin Scott's first game for months, and perhaps what we need, as we were just talking about team leaders and dynamics, get Sir Tom Elliott and Sedwin Scott on the pitch, the heroes of Wembley, the heroes of the last 2 or 3 seasons, and perhaps they can get on there and inspire a comeback. It doesn't look like it's happening, does it? We're not even going to inspire a highlight, at least. A highlight would do at this stage. No, I mean, we're going to see Sir Tom take a throw. I mean, cracking. That was just sterling effort, everybody. Big local derby then. Oh, feels like the wrong thing to do, but it's the big local derby. Let's get Sir Tom Elliott into the team and give him an entire match and see what happens. Look at him. He's the only one who's got his own photo now. We're that far into the future. Yes, we're going to do well. So we're playing at home in front of the new stand, the beautiful new stand. And, I mean, this is a massive game. We need to get back to winning ways. Plus, a win against Coventry will be very pleasant. Where are they in the league? Oh, they're up in the playoffs. This is a team we're probably not going to beat. But fingers crossed that big game Sir Tom decides that he's gonna turn up again on the big occasion and inspire us to victory and prove to me once and for all that he is good enough for this level. We're 1-0 down already. Oh. I mean, we have 2 defenders marking that guy who scored. One of which is our replacement right back for the guy we just sold. I mean, this is wrecking the entire new transfer policy as well. So, ball comes across. This is Bobby Joe Worrell Bristow here. And, I mean, good work. 4 names. Good work. Right. I mean, I think at this point, I'm going to be happy just to see Sir Tom Elliott score a goal. I don't even need us to win anymore. I just want to see Sir Tom be Sir Tom. And that will leave everyone with that feel-good, happy glow that you get when Sir Tom does something Sir Tomish. Ball is in, and it's the post, but does score on the rebound, and we've got an almost immediate equaliser. There you go. This is on now. Look at how full our ground is. I mean, this could potentially be our first ever sellout. It's a local derby at home. It looks absolutely packed. We might even see the return of the famed match information that I don't even remember removing. It just went away. But if we grab that and put it back on the screen, match information, then in the second half, we'll be able to see how many people came to see us. I mean, that's not in the way at all, is it? Just there. That's fine. Oh, I thought we were going to grab another one. Let's move this down the way we used to have it. Brilliant. Thanks for ending the highlight. Sir Tom's got his first yellow card of the season. Is this going to be him making his impression on League Two? He's going to come and get sent off in the local derby and never play for us again. Right, let's try again. Is the highlight about to end again? Drop that there. Did it stick? Did I let go in time before the highlight ended? This is becoming more important than the game itself. Have I moved the league table sufficiently to get the match information back in where I want it? I have. Oh, marvellous stuff. Now I just need to be able to move the match information. Yeah, we have got, I mean, that's as close to a sellout as we've ever been. Our capacity is in the 6,000 and a bit region. So I think this is a full-on sellout for us. This is a game that we need to be winning then. If we've sold out the ground, we've sold out the ground, got a hero on the pitch, another hero ready to come on, because Cedwyn Scott's going to be on in a minute. And we've got the opportunity to beat our local rivals. Fisher, in behind, squares it to McDonald, who, similar to what we've been saying with Ball, McDonald scores that 10 games ago. I think part of our problem is the fact that McDonald has really gone off the boil recently and just isn't scoring goals as prolifically as he was. So I think that means he's the man who makes way for Cedwyn Scott. Skelton's not playing well. We've got a lot of midfield options to bring on. Shall we just continue the theme of bringing on heroes of last year? We'll get Hurd on as well. We'll leave it there for now. And a Cedwyn Scott winger from a winger. A Cedwyn Scott winner from a Tom Elliott through ball. That's what we're all dreaming of here. That's what we want to see. Taylor, forward to Ball. McDonald misses again. He's had some chances today. But now the man is on. Cedwyn Scott. He was scoring goals for us earlier in the season, but then has had that long injury layoff. It's Ball out to Scott, who's really deep because of the free kick, and it's back to Laskowski, who massive big ball forward for Sir Tom Elliott, who crosses to Fisher, who hits the post. Oh, two of our longest serving players combined to create the chance, but it falls to the wrong man. Oh, it's like an old man testimonial thing with all these old players we've got on the pitch. By the way, Sir Tom Elliott, this is his 10th season at the club. I'm expecting a testimonial this summer. I don't know, do I have to arrange that? It's very rare that I've had a player at a club for 10 years. Do I arrange the testimonial as part of a pre-season friendly, or is that something that just happens automatically? Again, more important than the fact we're now losing. We don't really have much in the way of game-changing players on the bench. We've just got a lot of very similar players. Fisher can come off for Hendon. I mean, Hendon's not really got it, I don't think. But he's still very young. This could be the day he announces himself. But I think what's actually happening is, looking at our last 10 games or so, it really might be time for some tactical fiddling. I don't like tactical fiddling, but we're not going to... The dream isn't going to happen, is it? So Tom Elliott's been pretty much absent the entire game. Cedwyn Scott took a free kick, and that was about it. Nyron Hurd, I've not even noticed him. And we're now 3-1 down. And I apologise to the capacity crowd who are here today. We've kind of lost our way a little bit since the turn of the year. We will get it back. Don't worry. Remember, still massively overachieving. We're not going to get relegated. And that's the important thing. We continue to build for next season. It's just going to be potentially quite painful while we get there. Right. Can we have the final whistle now? No. Just going to let them knock the ball around us. Have their fun. Oh, they're going to get a fourth, are they? Splendid. Oh, even more splendid. I mean, look at those stats. We've been mugged. It's a fairly even game that we've been thrashed in because our strikers are less prolific than theirs and their defence is better than ours. It's a familiar tale. And there's potentially a couple of games we might be able to win coming up. So we'll see how we get on without the pressure of the cameras and the capacity crowd. Did we get a notification that was a record? No. Suppose it wasn't. We could look at the club history records, club records. Record attendance, where's that on here? Are we on here somewhere? It was our highest ever attendance. Yay! If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.